Hi, I'm Chris, co-founder of Dima. Did you know that poor mental health in young people costs Australia more than $6 billion a year? An amount that is only expected to rise in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. Furthermore, researchers found that 2 out of 3 learners were put under increased stress due to COVID measures. On top of that, the health of a ravaging share of 83% of learners with mental health history was negatively impacted by the pandemic. 14% of Australian school students are reported to experience mental health problems each year, posing the need for further support offers. This is actually a highly critical issue because decent student mental health is vital for educational success. Due to the negative impact COVID had on school students, it is critical that we act now. That's where my co-founder Hans and I came together to tackle this issue. With Hans' profound experience and knowledge in education and building analytical models, and my extensive know-how in innovation management and creating digital products, we are well equipped to positively impact the life of Australian school students by building a mental well-being safety net for them, called Dima for student well-being. Dima is actually an acronym for Data Integrated Model Analysis. We're planning to combine already existing digitized data in schools, such as gradings or social demographic data, as well as individual psychometric data recorded through questionnaires run every couple of weeks, in order to create a model quantifying trends in mental well-being development of students throughout their studies. Our approach is to reduce uncertainty for this issue by quantifying the mental health state of students in a trend analysis of probability distributions over time. But let's have a look at Emma first. She just started her studies at a new school. Initially, she's doing good, being excited for a new experience. However, after a while, she starts to struggle getting along with her classmates, ending up more isolated, which then negatively impacts her educational progress. This starts turning into a vicious downward spiral, whereas increased stress and pressure on her further deteriorate her mental well-being. To avoid that, Dima steps in at a critical point where it detects Emma's decline in mental well-being and puts forward a warning entailing recommendations for Emma's teacher to undertake in order to get her mental well-being back on track. With building Dima, we want to create a safety net for learners and educators, which supports mental well-being in students by making deteriorating mental health trends visible, which might stay undiscovered in everyday classrooms until it is too late otherwise. Dima will be published as open source software available to everyone, enabling further community development after the initial releases. Based on that tech, we envision to establish a high level of application security and data privacy, which is critical for handling the data of school students. This is also supported by our offline approach of hosting Dima locally within the school infrastructure, thus keeping the data inside the schools. We envision to build Dima as a plug-and-play solution which can be easily installed at Australian schools. And last but not least, we plan to finance our venture through government funding for education and mental health, as well as through educational foundations. We are currently looking for schools who would be interested to participate in a proof of concept study for Dima, so please get in touch if you have any questions in that regard. And with that, let's foster a supportive educational system. Thanks.